Once again, a warm welcome and a very good afternoon. Great to have you with us. As we said earlier when we were over at Grand Champions Polo Club, over at field number 3, finishing off what was a very exciting 7th golden goal chukker between Casablanca and Oria Polo team. Oria very, very unlucky there, not winning the golden goal. Casablanca getting off to a good start in the Triple Crown, the 4th and final grass polo tournament of the WPL season 2021. I did mention that we were going to have to make a quick move over from Grand Champions here. We're at the sister club at Santa Rita, and we are here for the Top Pony 12 Gold 2021, and we've got Newport out there this afternoon up against Ellipse. Newport, of course, with Jean Goldstein, Milo Dorignac, Michelle Dorignac, and Nick Manifold. For Ellipse, Jack Whitman, a man who's just gone up from 0 goals to 1 mid-season. Well done, Jack. Then we have Toli Ujoa, the 5-goaler, alongside Robbie Bilbao, the another 5-goaler, and Louis Develay. That is Team Ellipse, and Newport in their opening match took care of business, beating Sebucan 12 goals to 8. That, of course, the other two teams, the other being Palmby Jacquine. They also had to concede against Ellipse, losing 11 goals to 6. So both teams coming into this game with a win under their belt. Your umpires this afternoon from England, Mr. Mark Holmes; from Argentina, Francisco Ayala. Third man, as always, chief umpire here, Grand Champions Polo Club. There he is. The fountain of knowledge, we like to call him here. A man who's written the rules, who writes the rules, who changes the rules, who makes them up as he goes along. Steve Lane, good afternoon. But then, of course, we have a few more people, of course, as part and parcel of the team. Centre cam, as always, the Tower of Power, Stephanie. Good afternoon, Stephanie. And then we've got two cameras either side of the goal mouth. We've got Lucas and Dan. Andrea, the young lady, a very, very competent drone pilot, will be flying the drone. So those images coming to you will be coming from Andrea. And then, of course, as always, and she's always in a great mood, Tracy, the timekeeper and official scorekeeper. Nice to see you, Trace. I've never seen that sign before. So thank you very much. That is your team here this afternoon. The players coming out now. So I'm going to take my seat, I should say, next to Steve Lane, who is going to assist me this afternoon. And as you know, watching on Chukker TV, please feel free to drop us a line, drop us any questions you might have. The man known as the Fountain of Knowledge is sitting next to me, Steve Lane. Good afternoon to you. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Jan. I'm looking forward to this match. A 37-goal team taking on a 35-goal team.
What?
Oh, wait, April Fools. This is 12-goal team taking on 11-goal team. April Fool's Day today, Jan. I caught you off guard there for a minute.
Oh, listen, you know what? You should be on the Letterman show. You really should be.
Another game here in the Top Pony 12-goal series, hosted by the Grand Champions Polo Club. So, man, this field looks amazing right here, doesn't it?
It does. 5-a-side. Great to see that here for the first time. We've got a 5-a-side team. Oh, April Fools there. Right back at you, Steve. Completely forgot it was the 1st of May. Not the 1st of May, 1st of April. Now, of course, the clocks have gone back. Remember, there is a time difference, or there is a 2-week window in which the rest of the world has to catch up with America. America already changing the clocks in the middle of March. Last weekend was also the change in Europe and, of course, the UK. I can say that now because they're no longer part of Europe, even though they are geographically, of course, right on their doorstep. So 5 hours the difference to the UK, 6 hours the difference to the rest of mainland Europe. And remember, we have 2 games. Now, I need to make a little adjustment. We have our first of our 2 WPL games tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. And then the game that was scheduled to start at 4 p.m. has been moved forward to 2 p.m. 2 p.m. tomorrow is the second WPL game. So remember, plus 5 hours in the UK if you want to set your alarm, plus 6 hours on the rest of mainland Europe. So here we go then. The teams are ready to get on with this 6 chukker game. 11 against 12. Newport, of course, with Jean Goldstein at 1, Milo Dorignac at 2, Michelle Dorignac, highest handicap player, not only in that team but also on the field, playing off 6 goals, and Nick Manifold playing off 3 goals, totaling 12. Ellipse with Jack Whitman, as I said, just going up from 0 to 1. Then the 2 5-goalers, Toli Ujoa or Robbie Bilbao, totaling a team handicap of 11. Hence why that 1 goal advantage is given to the team in white. That is, of course, Ellipse. And Newport in their traditional blue shirts will start off with a goal down. So, once again, our two umpires just getting ready for the first throw-in. Both teams will be lining up on the centre line here. Needs to be a clear passage before they release the balls or the ball into play. Of course, the umpires always kitted out with a walkie-talkie so they can confirm or they can concur and also bring into the play, if need be, the third man, Mr. Steve Lane. Now, Steve, one goal in and on handicap, but that is just theoretical. It is not practical at the end of the day. It is, of course, going to come down to the stronger team. How do you rate Newport coming in this course with a win already under the belt, beating Sebukan 12-8?
Well, I think they're a tough team, especially Michelle. And if you remember, Michelle was in the finals of the Seaburn Memorial against Dundas and narrowly becoming runner-up. But anyhow, we are in action right here as Toli Ujola hits the ball downfield. It's deflected off a player, and here comes Louis Devillet. Louis Devillet going for a next shot towards goal. It's off his pony. He's going to try and keep it on the field. But, however, Nick Manifold coming back on that gray pony. Nick Manifold in front of Michelle Dorniak sends one down the field. Looking for Gene Goldstein. Gene Goldstein with a hook. Now the ball. Great play by Goldstein. Told to leave it by Manifold. Manifold going to send it back up front for Gene Goldstein. Being ridden right here by Jack Whitman. Jack Whitman recently going to one goal. And a tail shot called by Tully Ujola and sent back by Michelle Dorniak.
Well, Steve, it's very important to mention also it's great that we've got Louis Devillet back in the saddle after he had a little bit of a tumble in that last game. So the medics there looking after him. Great to see him back in the saddle, able to play here. And you can see he's getting right into it. So no lack of confidence for that young man, Louis Devillet, the 0-goal player there for Ellipse. That ball going over the back line. So that, of course, will mean possession for Newport, the team in the blue shirts. And I don't know if you noticed, Steve, but Newport, and I went over to the coach to get the numbers of the players, and he was saying to me they want to change things around a little bit. Gene, of course, normally playing at the number 1 position. This afternoon, the 4. So I think we're going to see quite a bit of rotation going on here by this blue team, Newport.
Jack Whitman taking the ball, trying to outrun Manifold. Manifold keeping up with him. Can he get a hook on Whitman? Whitman sends it a little bit far off to the right, but next in line, here is Gene Goldstein with a nice open back shot picked up by Robbie Bilbao. Bilbao with a back shot of his own and just wide off to the left-hand side of that goal. So Newport will be taking their first knock-in of the game. And who will do it, whether it be Michelle or Gene, we will wait and see.
So no score yet, apart from that one goal, of course, given to the slightly weaker team on paper. And that is only on paper. So Newport, as you rightly said there, Steve, getting things underway there with a knock-in. It's a nice pass. And that's the second shot, which will take the ball over the halfway line. The first man on it, well, he was calling for it. Robbie Bilbao, one of the 2 5-goalers. And he will send a nice open tail shot back into the centre of the field, looking for Toli Ujola. Ujola will look to extend it up to the front. Jack Whitman. Whitman up against Goldstein. And going back also up there to try and give him an opportunity to play a pass to was the man with the number 2, Toli Ujola. Well, they've outplayed them nice and cleverly here. Now it's just a question of controlling the ball, a little backhand to keep the ball in play. Little bit clumsy, I think is the right word to say there, because that would have been a big chance here for Ellipse to try and get that very important goal. Another one of those tail shots, taking it across the field, coming from Bilbao, looking for Ujola. And we have the first whistle of this game at 4:21 on the clock.
Yeah, Nick Manifold jumping in front of the right-of-way and the line of the ball with an Ellipse player on it. So the umpires love to hear 2 whistles go off, so therefore you know there's no disagreement and they are on the same page. So the ball's going to be dropped at the 60-yard line for a penalty shot in favor of Ellipse.
And that will be the first penalty of the afternoon. Conditions, once again, absolutely second to none here. A picture-perfect field that we have here at Santa Rita Polo Farm this afternoon. A slight breeze in the air. Now, Steve, there was a warning for a severe weather alert within the next 24 hours. But looking up at the skies at the moment, I can't see anything coming here to ruin the action here this afternoon.
I tell you what, I think the umpires do a better job than the weatherman. But Stephanie Schwetz looked on her phone before the game, and about 5 o'clock there's a 60% chance of rain, and that's why this morning's game was moved from 4:30 this afternoon to 10 o'clock this morning, trying to beat the rain, and I think a wise choice by the host tournament committee of the Grand Champions Polo Club. So for any schedule changes, jump on gcpolo.com, and the daily schedule is listed there, although the fields are not listed because we are closed to the public. And anyhow, that lets you know when to tune in to Chucker TV so you can watch polo live here at Grand Champions.
Indeed you can. Tolly Ujoa there just getting that very, very nice little goal there. The first goal out of regular play, putting his team in a comfortable position. 2 goals in the lead. We are still in that first Chucker. Courtesy horse change, of course, pony change. 2 of the players here, Michel Dorignac and the number 2, Nick Manifold, not deeming it necessary just yet. I beg your pardon. No, it's Nick Manifold. Nick Manifold.
No, that's Milo. Manifold's playing 3.
They told me he was playing number 2.
Yeah, no.
So Nick is 3 now.
Yep.
So I do apologise. They gave me... Maybe that's another April Fool's there. So Nick Manifold playing the number 3 position and Milo Dorignac playing the number 2 position. Anyways, the 2 Dorignacs, 1 and 2 I believe, staying out on the field. Are they brothers or are they? Father and son. I was trying to be a little bit too kind there, calling them 2 brothers. I'm sure they won't mind. So the 2 Dorignacs staying on the field as Goldstein returns. Where is that 4th player? Still waiting for one more Newport player to come back out on the field to continue with the remaining just shy of 4 minutes left to play here in Chucker number 2. Well, remember those courtesy horse changes are only allowed to be 45 seconds. So I wonder when the very lenient and tolerant Mr. Mark Holmes will blow the whistle, because if... as they say in England, if you snooze, you lose. Well, here he comes back out on the field. And that'll be the man with the number 3, Nick Manifold. So, ready to continue with the action here. Chucker number 1, 3:54 on the clock. Ball is thrown back into play, and it's picked up by the number 4, Louis Devillet. Couldn't find someone to pass it to. And it'll be left for Dorignac.
Here it is. Jack Whitman gets the ball deflected off the umpire's pony, and that's just bad luck. The umpire is part of the playing field. Got to play around him. But Louis Devillet going to work the ball past Michel Dorignac, but Michel going to take it forward, give himself a little bit of room. Devillet is going to come in and introduce himself to Dorignac, and Dorignac can't quite get a hold of that offside. Open back shot, but Nick Manifold's going to take it forward, and then probably a little pass back over to Michel. Michel beaten there by Tully Ujola. And we have a whistle on the play. Tully not having quite enough room, and the umpires are pointing towards center field for a penalty 5B in favor of Newport Polo Group.
Yeah, very obvious there to see how he came across that line. It was a bit of a, as you call it, a slow whistle, but nonetheless, a foul is a foul. And again, a good call by the umpires. And as you rightly suggested there, Steve, a hit from the centre. A penalty 5B. Remember, if you are new to polo, one of the most important rules is you cannot cross that line, that right-of-way, which is established once a player hits a shot. The line that ball will take, and the continuation of that line is your automatic right-of-way. So Newport then from the centre, and it'll be taken by the number 4, Gene. Well, I know that.
Goldstein pounds one down the field, looking for a teammate. Up front is Milo. Ball's deflected. Nick Manifold's going to pick it up. Here is Manifold trying to turn it back towards center. In comes Louis Devillet, and Manifold with a nice shot downfield. Picked up by Gene Goldstein, but it's intercepted also by Ujola. And here comes Devillet. Devillet with a tail shot, not quite the distance. However, Robbie Bilbao able to pick it up and send it down the field. Tully Ujola is going to play a near side shot being ridden by Milo Dorignac. Followed up by Whitman. Might leave it for Whitman. Whitman hits a nice ball downfield. He's by himself. Followed up by Ujola. Whitman going to take that ball in by himself on his own and backed up by Ujola. Nice approach shot and leaving it right there in front of the mouth of the goal. Whitman does for Ujola and a score for Ellipse Polo Team.
Second goal there for Toli Ujoa. Nice bit of support play there as Jack Whitman did most of that hard work. 3-0. Seems to me, Steve, that both of these teams have not yet really revved up that engine. There's a very calm and a very sort of comfortable pace out there at the moment.
It looks like it. I think they just don't want to tear up the grass too early. So, anyhow, they're going to line back up on Francisco Ayala, one of the two mounted officials today. Bowling one by Manifold to begin with, but Whitman breaks up that play, and Michelle Dorniak with a near side back shot. Looking for Gene Goldstein. Gene Goldstein can't get a hold of it on the near side, but here is Robbie Bilbao coming through kind of casually. Got to get around that 6-goal player, Michelle Dorniak. Dorniak with a near side back shot. Oh, and it's once again off the umpire's pony. No whistle on these plays, as they do have to play around the umpire. The umpires are part of the playing field. Intercepted there by Ujola. He gets a little piece of it, but not enough to affect Milo Dorniak with a shot to Gene Goldstein. Gene Goldstein going towards goal. Gene Goldstein, that ball's a little bit off to the right. He attempts the next shot. Oh, just wide to the right-hand side. So a nice attempt by the Newport Polo Group. Unable to get on the board so far with a score of 3-0 in favor of Ellipse.
Yeah, very unfortunate there. Goldstein finding himself exactly where he needed to be. He got the perfect pass, and a little bit unlucky there not hitting the target, because again, Gene Goldstein normally would put those away in his sleep. A little lofted ball. It's picked up by Whitman. Whitman now, there is the horn. Whitman, he's got 30 seconds left to play now. Goldstein all of a sudden back in defense. All of a sudden they turn on the pace a little bit here. Goldstein, the last man in defense. Solid little backhand, intercepted. Ujoa will open his shoulders, take a shot. Puts it wide. Ever so slightly wide. So with only a few seconds left to play, that of course will conclude end of Chucker number one. So two unanswered goals, in total 3 unanswered goals here by Newport as Ellipse leave the field at the end of that first Chucker with a nice little cushion of 3-0. Make sure you join us for Chucker number 2 here on Chucker TV in just a few moments.
An active lifestyle means you never stop moving. That's why only Theragun devices are designed to release your body's deepest muscle tension, so you can do the things you love. Land that pose, hit that final rep, taste success, and do it all over again. You only have one body. Make it a TheraBody.
Welcome back once again. A very good afternoon. A warm welcome to you here on Chucker TV. We are coming to you live from Santa Rita Polo Farm, the sister club, of course, of Grand Champions Polo Club. And we are here to watch another very important game of the Top Pony 12 Goal 2021. Out on the field, Newport in the blue shirts, leading the way this afternoon. Michel Dorignac of 6 goals, then Milo of 2. Nick Manifold of 3, and Mr. Goldstein, normally playing the number 1 position, today playing with the number 4 on his shirt. Ellipse in the white shirts, or sort of creamy white shirts with the orange fluorescent numbers there. Jack Whitman, Toli Ujoa, Robbie Bilbao, and Louis Deverlay. And they are coming into this game with a team handicap of a total of 11. Newport of 12, so Ellipse were given a goal from the start. And it's been very much their game in that first chukker. Twice, Toli Ujoa hitting the target. They left the field with 3-0. So 2 unanswered goals here by Newport in that first chukker. But they started showing signs of coming back alive very much in the latter half of that first chukker. So let's see what that little team talk in the team tent, of course, by the Pony Lions will have done, as they will pick up and get things underway with chukker number 2. The ball being hit in here, possession by Newport.
Goldstein brings the ball in off the back line, going to take it across the center of the field, looking for a teammate over there to hit to, and that's where Michelle Dorniak resides right here at the moment. Goldstein going on by on this great pony, trying to outrun Jack Whitman. Goldstein still in possession of the ball, a nice shot downfield. Whitman's going to come to him a little bit, but Goldstein gets atop of the ball and backed up by Louis Devillet for Ellipse. A swing and a miss, unable to make contact. And Michel Dorniak with a number 1 on his shirt today, taking the ball and working it towards goal. Can he get by the 2 Ellipse players? And no, Robbie Bilbao backs it right in front of the goal mouth. A nice tail shot from the offside from Bilbao, now picked up by Goldstein. Goldstein with a little centering back shot right there to Michel Dorniak. However, here comes Milo Dorniak, son of Michel, working it towards goal, trying to get around. And a whistle on the play right there, as we probably got a shading call right there in front of the goal. So we will see what the umpires decide and see if I'm correct, Jan. I've been wrong before.
No.
April Fools.
I was going to say, you've never been wrong before. Well, that there, I would think the umpires really have no choice but to give a penalty one or a... Yeah, and that's what they're going to do. No, they're not.
No, they're
from
going
the spot.
Yeah, give a penalty 2 here.
Penalty 2, which is, of course, either from the spot or a penalty 2 from the 30-yard spot. But, of course, if you're so close to goal, Steve, what would you do?
I would take it right from where the foul occurred, right
Would you?
here. Yeah, because right now it's right dead in front. And you know what? I'd let my son take the shot, and that's what Michel Dorniak has done. He's allowing Milo to take that shot. So Milo putting it on through for Newport's first goal of the game right here with 6:20 left in the second period of play.
Yeah, well, you're a little bit old school, Steve, doing that, wouldn't you? I mean, do you even have a son?
No, I don't. But
well,
and that's no April Fool's.
No, that is no April Fool's. Exactly. So you can see the atmosphere, very joyful and playful here on another beautiful afternoon here at Santa Rita Polo Club. Ball's thrown back into play. So as he just said, the first goal being scored there by this young man on the move once again. It's picked up nicely by Ujoa on the near side. Great ball control here by Toli Ujoa. In comes Michel Dorniak. Steals it off him, has a lot of space. The first challenger will be Ujoa. Needs to clear. Out to the right-hand side he goes. Sends it back to Milo. Dorniak has a little bit of time. Still Dorniak wants to send it back up to the front. And Gene Goldstein, it's nearly through, but it'll be Bilbao. In comes Michel. Now, who's going to pick up this one first? Let's hope those mallets do not break. It'll be Louis Devillet picking up the dead ball. Louis Devillet from the wrist action there. Again, Louis Devillet, nicely done. He's on a bit of a run here. Louis Devillet will take it all the way if he can only hit the ball. Leave this one behind for Bilbao. Bilbao will send it back up to the front door. And it'll be picked up by Dorniak.
Milo up against the boards. Wants to do a back shot, and Jack Whitman rides in from behind. So the whistle sounds, and it looks like we will have a penalty against Ellipse Polo for coming over the top of the ball from behind, and penalty 5A in favor of Newport. Here is Dorniak. Dorniak sending it back down to Gene Goldstein. Gene Goldstein on the move on that great pony, sending it over to the far boards. Will it stay on the field? Yes, it does. Gene Goldstein coming in for another shot. Goldstein, and in hot pursuit is Robbie Bilbao. Bilbao can't put wood to ball, So Devillet gets a little piece of back shot, stolen by Ujola. Ujola running the turn on the left-hand side, bringing it right here in front of our center field camera. Ujola still on the ball. Milo Dorniak has no play. Going to give him some room, and Ujola sends it up to Whitman. Whitman can't get a handle on it. But Michelle Dorniak can, but only on the near side. Now Dorniak's going to ride off Whitman. Little cat and mouse here, trying to break loose from Whitman, but Whitman doing a great job of staying right with him. Dorniak going to take it across the field, being chased now by Tully Ujola. Michelle going to check down, trying to get rid of those gray shirts right there. Michelle bringing it back towards center. Michelle still in possession. Now going to send one down the field, but a little bit short. Gets underneath it a little too much. However, Gene Goldstein can pick it up and go along those far boards, waiting on Nick Manifold. Nick Manifold's going to fall in behind. Goldstein still on the ball. Goldstein with a centering shot. Is it enough to stay on the field? Goldstein has to do something there. And a deep neck shot, however, not enough angle on that ball to put it between the posts. So the ball trickles over the back line, and we are going to have a knock-in after this courtesy horse change and this brief break in the action.
Yes, indeed. And what I've noticed, Steve, is that on a few occasions here, Newport were just not really backing each other up that well. They've had a few opportunities here where they've had to react very quickly. Now, of course, in the game of polo, the idea is to try and back up the man on your side, on your team who has the ball, so that should he make an error or should he have the ball taken off him, that you are right there to pick it up. We saw it just now here again earlier when Michelle Dorniak had to react very, very quickly. And this marking up, supporting your teammate, of course, is very important. I've seen that happen a few occasions here, but that could also be that at the moment there is still not yet really that pace in this game that I think we both expected.
No, there certainly isn't. You're right about that, Jan. But you know what? It's 88 degrees. Playing at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, trying to beat the rain coming in, predicted for later on this afternoon, about 5 o'clock. So I think both teams feeling themselves out and pacing themselves a little bit here. A little bit of a breeze helps, but not much. So they are, I think, saving horses just a little bit. And it's funny how Newport lined up with Michelle at 1, Gene at back, and Nick Manifold, who usually plays back, playing the number 3 position today. So I think the pace will pick up as time goes on.
Now, are you sure this with the weather isn't also an April Fool? Because I can't see anything remotely. Oh, it's a front. Okay. Oh, it'll come. Okay, I've just been told by the meteorologist here, Steffi Hall, who does the weather, that the cold front will come. We're expecting hail and snow, Steph. Is that right? Okay, we're going to get a quick-moving thunderstorm. It'll come at any moment, Steve.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see any snow. I don't believe so. At least, do you have your heavy jacket in your truck there?
Well, I was just, have you got your wellies with you just in case it comes down?
No, I might have to, make a quick move and go to CVS and get some or something here.
Here we go. Back to the action. The most important thing, of course, and I hope you're enjoying the action out on the field. 3:03 on the clock. And Newport, and I have to say, Gene Goldstein, well, we've seen him have a nice couple of runs here. Just now, he was a little bit unlucky on that very steep angle. This time, it's going to be a penalty 5A. So a hit from the spot in favour of Newport. And if I'm not mistaken, over on the far side, that was Dorignac. It was Gene Goldstein, of course. That was an April Fool's, Steph. And now that's Jack Whitman. He will be looking to send the ball up to Robbie Bilbao. Bilbao, he's got Michelle Dorniak right in front of him. Bilbao just taking the pace out of that game, or out of the play a little bit. Here comes the return shot to Whitman. Whitman will send that one deep over the halfway line as this young man, Toli Ujoa, with a lot of space as he tries to take that round the corner. What's he going to do here? Will it be an under the neck? No, he gets pushed into the corner there by Dorignac. Milo, of course, the man with the number 2, trying to keep the pressure on round the outside. Ujoa, plenty of space. Try to cut it there and send it between the posts. A little backhand attempt and a little flick of the wrist. What a cracking goal there, right with only a couple of inches left to play. He finds the target.
Tully Ujola. Putting it where it counts. So, Ellipse Polo Team going up by 3 goals. A score of 4-1 here with 1:47 left on the clock. Late here in the second period of play. Excuse me, Jack Whitman, I am told, stand corrected, scored that goal. Give credit where credit is due. So, the umpires will come back on. Francisco Ayala, Newport and blue on your left. Ellipse Polo Team in the cream-colored shirts on your right. The Ellipse Polo Team winning that bowl in.
122 on the clock. Sorry, Steve. Just a cut in there as Manifold will send it out once again. I was expecting this to happen. Goldstein had already turned, anticipating that ball, but Bilbao will be there with him, shoulder to shoulder. Goldstein there with another run on goal. Again, a very, very tight angle here. And under the next shot is what is needed. And another very, very close shave here. That's the second time we've seen Goldstein find himself in a position like that. He might have had a little bit more time, but you know what Gina's like. Give him so much of a chance, he will try and convert. So that ball going over the back line. This, I'm sure, will be the last offensive play from Ellipse as the clock ticks down. We're down to 10 seconds before we hear the sound of that horn. Manifold with a nice open backhander will send it back into the danger zone. He's left it for Dorignac. Michel Dorignac. Can he get a shot on goal? It's in the goal mouth and it's cleared. Cleared there by Ulloa. Gets it out of the danger zone. Ball is still in play. But, of course, they are down by the pony line, so I can't imagine they're going to run the ponies with only 15 seconds left to play. Sent back by Manifold. Nice pick-up by Ulloa. And you can see the players now also very much of the opinion, where is that horn? There it is. 4-1 then, so at least a score, the first out of play here for Mino Dorignac in that second chukker. One for Jack Whitman, a cheeky little goal there as he put it in, tucked it in on the right side of that goal post. So we will come back for chukker number 3 in just a few moments. 4-1 at the moment for Ellipse against Newport. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. 4-1 here in this Top Pony 12 Goal 2021. Again, Jack Whitman proving his worth there, having gone up from 0-1, scoring in that second chukker, but also Milo Dorignac getting the first score up on the score sheet there for Newport. And remember that, of course, Ellipse coming into this game with a goal in hand based on the team handicap. So at the end of that first chukker, it was 3-0. At the end of chukker number 2, it is 4-1. So still with a nice, comfortable cushion here of 3 goals as the players come back out to the centre to continue now, of course, with the final chukker of this, the first half. Remember, we're playing 6 chukkers in total. So still plenty of polo coming your way here this afternoon on Chukker TV. Well, I just had a young man who is down in Costa Rica who was watching the games yesterday. Steve Lieber and his family down in Costa Rica. I hope you're enjoying the action here this afternoon. And Steve, of course, a man who himself has recently started to play polo. And we look forward to seeing him back. He's a regular at Grand Champions. And once again, of course, as soon as the gates are open to allow the public in, we hope to have you all come back here to watch the action live. For now, and what a great alternative it is to watch everything that you need to see and know here on Chukker TV. As Steve was saying, gcpolo.com. Go to that website to find out all the scheduling, get all the names of the players, and of course, if you have any questions, any feedback you'd like from us, let us know where you are, where you're playing. I'm happy to give you a shout out, and the Fountain of Knowledge Steve will answer any questions, like, for example, where does asparagus come from?
Well, I don't know, but I know that there's a mayonnaise farm up around Ocala that you just go out and pick those jars. So I think asparagus, same thing. But, I don't know why they don't make mouse-flavored cat food and stuff like that. So those questions I can't answer. But anyhow, back to the action or any polo questions, we can probably find out some information. So here is Gene Goldstein. Goldstein drives the ball towards goal, still able to get back on it. Little tap, now on the next shot. Nope, he's going to try and take it forward, but Robbie Bilbao is going to come in and back him up. Bilbao looking for Louis Devillet down the field, passes a little bit short. Gene Goldstein going to come in for a back shot, gets a piece of it, and nice open offside back shot, and Tully Ujola is going to allow Jack Whitman to take, or Robbie Bilbao with those orange leg wraps on his ponies, looking for a teammate downfield. He's got Ujola up front. Here comes Whitman in to back him up. But Michel Dorniak able to steal that ball with Whitman on his hip. Michel can't quite keep a hold of it, and Whitman going to check things down, slow things down, and turn around and pound that ball back over to the center. But Michel Dorniak, that was Milo Dorniak, and Milo comes in, gets a little piece of it. Once again, Louis Devillet drives a nice shot downfield and going to fly down the field for his own shot, trying to put that ball back over to the center. As well he does. Can he get back to it? Yes, he can. Louis Devillet with a shot on goal, unable to get the next shot, picked up by Michel Dorniak. Dorniak going to slow things down himself, looking for Nick Manifold over in the center, and Milo and Gene Goldstein over on the far boards, puts it right down for Goldstein. Goldstein hits the ball on the bounce, being chased by Robbie Bilbao. Goldstein unable to get that shot, a high lofting shot, bouncing, hits it on the bounce, and Bilbao's going to let that ball settle, check down on that Dark Bay pony, and bring it back over to the center, once again finding Louis Devillet. Devillet out front quite a bit today, taking the ball downfield. Louis Devillet opens that shot up, allowing Michel Dorniak to jump on the line and the right away. Dorniak looking over his shoulder. Which way is he going to go? He's going to fake a back shot. He even faked me out on that one. And Michel Dorniak looking for Goldstein and Nick Manifold. Milo Dorniak downfield. Here is Manifold right here, sending a nice drive right down in front of Gene Goldstein. Gene Goldstein with a number 4 on his shirt, has the number 1 position at this point, and hits a nice neck shot right through the goal, bringing his team up with 3-4. Game still in favor of Ellipse Polo.
Well, it took a long time coming, but eventually Gene Goldstein hits the target and reduces the deficit, as you say, to 2 goals. 4 goals to 2, 4:45 left on the clock. And that was a goal in waiting very much. So I'm sure he will be happy with that score. But again, nice to see the way Newport are combining very well, finding the opportunities there to play to each other. Very good passing as well. They've won the throw-in, and it'll be Manifold. Nick Manifold will give this one to Dorignac, and we have, which is very rare, which is very nice to mention even, we have another whistle in this game. It looks like a hit from the spot in favor of Ellipse.
A little bit of a reaching foul there against Newport. So umpire Mark Holmes right there on the play, and the mallet of a Newport player coming over in front of the pony of the Ellipse player. So the dangerous play is tripping the pony and causing injury to both players and ponies. So a penalty 5A in favor of Ellipse Polo, and Robbie Bilbao having a little chat with Louis Devillet. Robbie Bilbao's going to circle around, get his pony on the correct lead, which is the right lead, and we'll see what he does. Looks like he's going to one-time it right down the field, looking for a gray shirt. It busts on through the pack. However, Milo Dorniak is back there to turn this ball back towards center, avoiding Louis Devillet and also Tully Ujola.
Ujola will send it up to the front, but it's going to be short-lived as Whitman will send it back on an near side, slightly topped it. Bilbao will extend it. And a nice read there by Dorignac. He will try and steal it off Whitman. He's done well, very well, but Whitman just hovering behind, gets it back, a little open backhand. He saw that Devillet was facing the right way as Goldstein. We'll try and send this one up to Michel Dorignac on the near side. Again, Goldstein, very short-lived. Ujoa back to Bilbao. Bilbao over on the far side. Bilbao now with an attempted long-distance shot, maybe to feed it up to Louis Devillet. He slams on the brakes. Devillet A little under the neck attempt, but he got a piece of it. Just not quite the angle he was hoping for. Ball is still in play as Newport will pick it up more or less on their own back line. Goldstein, a little bit unlucky there, coming off the pony's leg there. Slight deflection, nicely fished out of the air by Dorignac. And that'll be Manifold with a little chip shot here. Again, looking for, in this case, Milo Dorignac. Goldstein now tucking in nicely behind him. He will be there for any eventualities, and there is such an eventuality. Again, a deflection, this time hitting his own teammate there. Coming off the pony of Milo Dorignac, and that, of course, means possession very quickly taken up here by Bilbao. Bilbao will have a look up. He's only got Whitman to play to. There's the pass. Now then, Whitman has to outrun the six-goaler, Michel Dorignac, and he will take the man first, then go for the ball. Whitman gets his teeth right into that game, but Michel Dorignac will come out on top. Again, nice little run here, and Goldstein will tuck in behind, as will Milo Dorignac. There's a little under the neck flick from Ulloa, looking to send it up to, and he's done it very well here to Robbie Bilbao. A little bit too steep there. Whitman couldn't get to it in time. Again, Bilbao. Now they've got to be careful here because Newport will very quickly turn things around. Milo Dorignac getting closer and closer to a shooting position here. Here comes the shot. Milo Dorignac hitting the post. Well, we've had two deflections coming off the pony, and then, of course, now all good things come in threes. A deflection coming off the post from that shot from Milo Dorignac. Under the next shot into no man's land. Louis Develay reading it well. Sends that one over the halfway line. A little under a minute and a half left to play in this first half. He's out on his own as Michel Dorignac will once again try and shut him down. Picks it up on the near side. Sends it back. It's going to be picked up by Manifold. Manifold has a little look. Who can he play it to? He's got Goldstein out on his right and Milo Dorignac slightly a bit further over to the left, but again, only as far as Ulloa. Finding every time the two five-goalers working very well together. Bilbao will try and send this one towards goal. Manifold will send it back. Milo Dorignac will pick it up on the near side if he can, but he's immediately surrounded there by defenders from Ellipse, all three of them now wanting a piece of it. Clock ticking down to the last few seconds left to play here in this first half. There is the siren, the horn rather. And now here we go. Gene Goldstein, he's been in this possession a few times. Develay will come back. He knows it's his right of way. He can't just cross it. Goldstein, where's the support? Michel Dorignac coming back to lend a helping hand. And what a cracking goal by Gene Goldstein. Goal number 2. I told you once he had that little sort of blip in his system sorted. Here we go. The Goldstein goal-scoring machine is up and running. 2 goals for Newport. They leave the field taking, as I say, those 2 goals with them. So 3 goals to 4, just 1 goal in it. No score in that third chucker here by Ellipse. We'll give the players a little chance to recover, have a little team talk, and we'll be right back here after the halftime break.
far as barns go, it's 10 points. The weather, the scenic views are unbelievable. To be up here in the mountains in this weather, I don't think you have many choices nicer than this.
I feel like we have some really competitive polo up here. It's friendly competitive polo.
The place is amazing. Good polo fields, good players, good horses, so it's a good experience. It's really good.
Club, they have empanadas there, they have Argentine style barbecue.
I'm in love of this place. The club is really nice, the people is really good.
At least what I can see is that it's an amazing place to be playing polo with the family and with good friends, enjoying, and the weather is great. I can't complain at all.
There's so much to do up here, and people are great, and there's some of the best polo in the country up here.
I think this is the place to play polo in the summer.
It's as good as it gets for summer polo.
This may be my new home.
And as soon as our child is old enough, she's going to be in their polo school.
You just want to be a horse in that barn.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, the good news is Louis Devillet is back in the saddle again. The medics give him the quick once over. So we're able to continue play. 4-3 then as you join us for the second half. Ellipse still holding on to that very narrow lead by 1 goal as they come back out to start the second half of this, the Top Pony 12 goal 2021. Well, Steve, the team that were slightly weaker on handicap so far laying up some nice goals. Scored twice in the first, 1 in the third. Remember, they got given that goal advantage on handicap, but Newport, especially Gene Goldstein there, getting stronger and stronger as this match continues. Ball's back in play, and it'll be Michel Dorignac feeding the ball out to Milo.
Milo Dorignac can't quite get a hold of it. He's neutralized by Jack Whitman, and here comes Louis Devillet in for an offside back shot. However, there is Milo Dorignac once again. Michel going to work the ball on the near side, trying to get away from Toli Ujola. Michel now has to get around Bilbao. He's got 2 cream-colored shirts up there, as you mentioned, the color Jan, and a shot on goal, but it's going to go wide to the left. So we will continue with a knock-in by the Ellipse Polo team.
And Ellipse Polo will be looking, of course, to try and get another couple of quick goals back up on the score sheet. Deep in their own half, Newport here. That's going to land at the door of Manifold. He will send it back. Oh, not a clean shot. But luckily for him, coming back into the action. Nice, powerful under the neck shot there from the number 1, Michel Dorignac. Sending it down towards the goal mouth. But Robbie Bilbao will have to do a very quick snap back shot there. He did. Whitman going up the field, wanting that pass. Still Whitman there, making himself available. He's up against the number 3, Nick Manifold. He'll be keeping a close eye on the 1-goaler. Newport now advancing further and further into the half of Ellipse Polo. Couldn't control it. Turn around on the far side. Dorignac. No one to play it to. He's got a man on. Louis Devillet. Maybe now a chance. Now that some of his attacking players, especially Gene Goldstein, making himself or trying to make himself available. So taking the pace out of that play. And it'll go out to the left-hand side, looking for Manifold. What's wrong, Chase? What? What's wrong? I have an appointment. I was just filling in. Okay. Over on the far side, still, the action continues. Bilbao there in a little bit of a duel. It's going to be sent, a little snap under the neck, back to Bilbao. No, beg your pardon, it's going to be Whitman. Try to send that one into another zip code. There's the cut shot, sending it back up to Whitman. Whitman now out in front and on his own, but he's got to get past the 6-goaler, Michel Dorignac. When he got a piece of it, Goldstein couldn't control it. In comes Louis Devillet. Yes, 1 second. You carry on.
And here is Devillet going towards goal. Devillet with a little dribble shot towards goal, trying to finish it off, but keeps it on the field. Ball's still on the field. Backed out of there by Michel Dorignac. Over to Milo. Milo with a little shot downfield. He's got Nick Manifold up front. So is Robbie Bilbao. Here comes Ujola into play against Dorignac. Louis Devillet next in line. Going to turn that ball back towards center. Louis Devillet running the turn to the left. Has Toli Ujola out front. And Devillet lays one up, but a little bit short for Ujola. Devillet still on the ball, making a nice turn right here. Met by Michel Dorignac. Up front is Milo. 2 blue shirts going towards goal. Robbie Bilbao right beside Michel. Milo has plenty of time. He's got a lot of space, a lot of room to work. Just casually taking that ball towards goal. Little stick and ball session right there for Milo Dorignac, being able to score for Newport Polo team. And that was the equalizer. And right now we will have our first courtesy horse change of the second half right now. And the clock is stopped with 3:49 on the clock and a score of 4-4 in favor of nobody. So Milo Dorignac getting the equalizer right there, Jan.
Hang on, say that again. 4-4 in favor of
nobody.
I like that.
So you can use that if you like. Yeah, and we've got a set of 4s on the board here in the 4th period of play. So the player's gone off to get on a fresh mount. And once again, when we return, we will have a bull-in on umpire Mark Holmes from the UK, and that's a country across the pond there somewhere, isn't it? It's over in that direction.
Yeah, it's well, if you went to the coast here now, if obviously this is a east-west field. Sorry, no, this is a north-south field. But if you were to go east from here, which is basically where the scoreboard is, and a little bit further, you will eventually hit the North Atlantic, of course, and then at around about sort of an angle, call it 1 o'clock, maybe 2 o'clock. If you were looking at your watch, that is where you would come up north and you would eventually hit Ireland. And then, of course, just behind Ireland, you would have the UK. So absolutely right. But I like that 4 apiece for, what did you say? For nobody.
4 apiece in favor of
nobody. Yeah. Here we go then. 4-4-4. 3 4s on the clock. I'm sure there'll be a lucky number for somebody as Robbie Bilbao will get things underway from the halfway line. 3:41 left on the clock. We're in the 4th chukker. Remember, we play 6 chukkers. And as you just said there, the equaliser finally coming through there in the form of Michel Dorignac here in this the 4th period, the 4th chukker of this 6 chukker game. Remember, you're watching the Top Pony 12 Goal 2021, and we are coming to you live from Santa Rita Polo Farm, live, of course, on Chukker TV. Dorignac over on the far side, looking to feed the ball back up to Goldstein, and Goldstein will get his skates on very quickly here. These are the kind of plays he loves. Gene Goldstein out in front. He's got Bilbao on him. A little topping of that ball, which is why he did not get the connection he was wanting to. You've got to make sure you hit that ball clean. If you slightly top it, that's what will happen. It'll bounce up in the air, and this is a run chance here for Bilbao. Still Bilbao, it'll drop at the feet of Milo Dorignac, but keeping his wits about him there, the man with the number 3. Good support here from Bilbao. He will loft it over that defending player to allow Ulloa just to put the stick out again. He's hit the post. The ball has not gone over the line. Bilbao will finish what he started.
Robbie Bilbao picking up the pieces there at the end. And no, the ball's still on the field. Goal was not scored. We thought it was, but Bilbao unable to put it through the uprights. And Michel looking for Milo over here on the near boards. Milo going to check down, survey the field, bring it back to the right where Louis Devillet has no play. Now putting it back over towards the center, looking for a manifold, but there is Toli Ulloa coming in there and picking up the loose ball play, now being chased by Michel Dorignac, but Robbie Bilbao going to send the ball back up front, but it's over into the corner where Tully has a difficult play over here, and it's stolen away by Milo Dorignac. Milo Dorignac over on the far boards, trying to take the ball down parallel with the boards. Jack Whitman up front. Milo's going to slow down. He's run into from behind by Tully, and we have an umpire's whistle on the play right there. 2 umpires right on top of the play, both of them working today's game, Mark Holmes and Francisco Ayala. So we'll see what they decide. That's at least got to be a center hit and possibly a penalty 4. And I think I see an umpire holding up 4 fingers and pointing in the direction of the Newport goal. So we are going to have a penalty 4 in favor of Newport. 60-yard defended shot when action continues. And if you look, you might see the beautiful Santa Rita Polo Farm in the background at the north end of the field. 7 self-contained barns here, 198 stalls, and beautiful shrubbery that Melissa Ganzi has put down the driveway and also at the entrance of the Santa Rita Polo Farm. So the ball's dropped on the ground at the 60. Michel Dorignac teeing up the ball, and we will see who will take this shot. One of the other Newport players, I would predict, will go down by the ball to keep it from going wide, whether it be Nick Manifold or Milo Dorignac. And it looks like Nick Manifold will go down and take the left-hand post in case this shot is wide to try and keep it on the field with a possible scoring opportunity. And it looks like Michel Dorignac doing the slow circle, going to take this penalty 4. Here is Michel. It's up, it's high enough, it's long enough, it's straight enough, and a goal on the board by a penalty 4 for Michel Dorignac and Newport.
Great goal there, Michel Dorignac. 5-4, so finally they take the lead here, the boys in blue. And what a nice goal here. Goal number 2 in this chukker by Michel Dorignac with a little over a minute left to play in this, the 4th chukker. So, Ellipse now. For the first time in this game, they managed to keep Newport at bay, but now the pressure is slightly on here. Again, Milo coming in for a bit of a sword fight there on the halfway line. It'll be Bilbao, the 5-goaler up against the 6-goaler. Can he outrun him? Michel will come in and take this one, clearing it, try to do well. We call that a belly shot, or in England we call that a millionaire shot, but Bilbao, I'm sure that was. Bilbao getting a very, very important goal here, making the scoreline read level again. His first in this game, actually, chukker number 4. So at the end of that full time of chukker number 4, it is 5 apiece. 2 more chukkers await you here on Chukker TV. Make sure you don't miss the action when we come right back after this short break.
To be able to come here and play a course such as this, it's a great experience. Probably the best tee gift I've ever received, so, and that's no lie. My wife actually gave me a pair for Christmas before I played in the tournament, so this will be my 3rd pair, so I'm looking forward to it.
Over the calf, 17 and a half. Outseam, 43 and a half.
We make a personal pattern for everybody, and that takes a lot of different points on a body to draft a pattern.
I have at least 7 or 8 pair. Great golf course, and get a pair of blue jeans out of the deal. It's freaking awesome.
The down for that is 17 1/4.
What was that, about 32?
Yep, you nailed it.
Same thing you've been wearing since high school.
6 and a half.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thanks so much for being here, and good luck today on the course. We will do a true shotgun start today, so good luck today, and y'all have a great time.
People aren't accustomed to getting a gift like custom pants at a golf tournament, but for clubs that do offer that to their members, it's been a success every time because it's so unique, it's so different, and it's an American-made product that's custom. You get measured for it, you get to design it and pick it. Who doesn't like that?
Getting a pair of jeans from Blue Dot is a great gift, something unique, something that they normally wouldn't get that they really appreciate.
Once again, a warm afternoon. Welcome back here. 5 goals apiece, and we're about to start the 5th chukker in this Top Pony 12 Gold 2021. A nice little comeback here after they'd just given up their lead, which they had controlled for most of this game. Ellipse, when Robbie Bilbao scoring again in chukker number 4. Remember, he scored in chukker number 1. So they left the field 5 apiece after 4 full chukkers played. Players coming back out. Quick pony change. Steve, very much anybody's game.
Once again, didn't we see that this morning at about 10:10 with that game ending in overtime? I'm not going to predict an overtime here today. If we're wrong twice, then you know what? We just made some bad calls.
That'll be a double April Fool then.
Yes, it will. Yeah, but you're right. Set of 5s on the board. Didn't we have a set of 4 on the board when we started the 4th period? Now we've got a set of 5s.
We did. We had 3 4s. Now we've got 3 5s. So let's see how they fare now here as they come back out. And as I said, still very much an open game here. But once again, we're really, really glad to see Louis Devillet back in the saddle again. Remember, he had that nasty fall earlier in the week. So good that the Medics have managed to patch him up. And Louis Devillet back in the saddle here with his team Ellipse. So they line up here on the centre. 7.5 minutes left to play in chukker number 5. Let's see who's going to come out on top at the end of these 7.5 minutes. Mark Holmes about to release the ball into play. There it is. It's going to come out right at the feet of Bilbao. Bilbao stops, turns, has a little look up. We'll send a little daisy cutter up to the front. Oh, it had a deflection. Jack Whitman was supposed to be the recipient of that pass. Dorignac having to concede to Ulloa. Ulloa, a little lofted number. Once again, looking for either Whitman or Devillet. It'll be Whitman. Good stick work from Jack Whitman, and he's found a little gap here. Jack Whitman surely here with a clear run on goal. Whitman will put that one through the uprights. A little walk in the park, a stroll for Jack Whitman. The opening score in Chukka number 5. So, Ellipse restoring that slight advantage. 6 goals to 5.
Yeah, they're winning by 1, and that's the handicap goal. On the flat, the game would be tied at 5 apiece. But Whitman going ahead, taking the lead away from Newport in the last period. But in this period, Newport jumping ahead by 1 once again. So, horseshoe picked up by Mark Holmes on the field, and we'll get that off the field, and the players will line up once again for a bowling. Out the back door, who's going to be the first to arrive to it? Robbie Bilbao. Bilbao with a next shot down the field. And who's going to arrive there first? None other than Michel Dorignac and Toli Ulloa. Ulloa can't quite get a hold of it. And here is Michel Dorignac. Dorignac going to bring it back towards center, casually looking downfield. And a next shot along the ground, trying to find Milo Dorignac up against the boards, working the ball against Louis Devillet. Milo now sending the ball over towards the center. Out in front is Gene Goldstein, but Gene unable to get to it. And Ulloa going to take it across goal. Ulloa still on the ball. He's got lots of room to work right here. Ulloa fires one down the field. Nobody home there but Louis Devillet jumping on the line and the right away. Just hooked by Milo Dorignac. Backed up by Whitman. Whitman on the near side. Whitman once again now has to go to the offside. Ridden off by Milo Dorignac. They both neutralize each other, but Milo Dorignac, the ball rolls far enough ahead for Milo to grab a hold and put a handle on it. Milo still in possession of the ball. Milo working.
Working very hard indeed. There is the ball into the centre. He's done well. There's the pass up to the front door. He's found Michel. Michel will pick this one up. Oh, he got a clip there, a little hook coming in from Ulloa. Where's the next man from Newport? Well, beaten there by Bilbao. Bilbao in a little bit of a melee there with the number 2, with Milo Dorignac. Picked up nicely on the turn. Michel now. Plenty of space. Takes it around the outside. A cut shot. Looking to send it up to the front door where Goldstein was waiting. But I think that ball will just... No, it's still in play. Nicely picked up. Turn around. Back in on the inside. And then eventually that ball going over the back line. So the game picking up a little bit of pace here. 4:23 on the clock. And I believe, Steve...
We've got a penalty 6. Safety there. Ulloa just running out of field there, trying to turn the ball back inside. And Cale Newen down there flagging, and I noticed that he held the flag straight up, which is the goal judge's signal for safety.
Gotcha. So Cale Newman, again, a man of many talents. Yeah, he's holding up the flag there. You might be able to see it on your screens. So that ball coming off a defending player. And as you rightly said, a safety 60. That is the equivalent of a corner in polo. Ball will be placed slightly adjacent to the penalty 4 spot, but never any further than 40 yards either side of the penalty 4 spot. And teeing up the ball there, as you can see, man with the number 1 on his shirt, the 6 goals to his name, Michel Dorignac. So, Newport here with a big chance to try and draw level. 4:23 left on the clock, and I wouldn't be surprised if after this shot on goal we might have a slightly earlier than normal courtesy change. Remember, they normally take place around about halfway through a Chukka, but that is just a speculation. Let's first of all see if Michel Dorignac can send this one. Well, he sends it definitely high in the sky, but again, Cale Newman there indicating the ball has gone wide. So no score for Newport, and Ellipse still holding on to that lead, but ever so slightly by 6 goals to 5. Here we go then. Shot out to the right-hand side, or to the left if you are coming from that side of the field, of course. And it'll be Whitman. Whitman, he's been wanting to have a run and gone on his own. Whitman has to check up a little bit. Nice to see how the 2 number 2s are battling it out. Milo taking out Ulloa. Whitman round the outside. Jack Whitman opens the shoulders, takes a shot. It's low and ever so slightly wide, but great effort and a great run here by young Jack Whitman.
So we'll do our courtesy horse change here with 3:32 left on the clock here in the 5th period of play. And the players will have to do a little bit of a jog as the play ended up on the north end and both teams' tent on the south end of the field. So this might take a little bit longer than 45 seconds. It's very, very hot, Jan, today with a temperature of 88 degrees here. A slight breeze, but we don't want to injure any horses or wear them out going to change horses for that matter. So umpire's very lenient on the courtesy horse changes here, especially in the heat of the day here in South Florida.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is definitely a hot one today. And the weather forecast is saying that, as I said, we've got a cold front coming in. So let's see how long we will fare. This is, of course, why we changed this game, originally scheduled for 4:30 in the afternoon, being brought forward to avoid being getting caught out in the rain. But a chance for me to once again remind you that we have a slight change in our schedule. WPL action continuing, of course, tomorrow, the first game at 11 o'clock, and then the 4 o'clock or the 4:30 game in the afternoon has been brought forward to 2 o'clock Florida time. Remember, you've got to add 5 hours to the UK to get the right time difference, and then 6 hours to the rest of Europe. So tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock Florida time, it'll be 70 degrees. I'm just hearing it'll be 70 degrees. That's a big drop, of course. Yes, some people like the snow. Well, for us Europeans, 70 degrees sounds like it's freezing. So no, the Floridians will be appreciating that. So a slight change in temperatures. And of course, if we can be spared by the rain, we will have perfect conditions here for both the four-legged athlete and the two-legged athlete, Steve. Tomorrow, of course, as I say, the action continues in the WPL.
Great weather for even you and I, Jan. We'd appreciate that too, I do believe.
Well, I'm going to have to, unfortunately, agree to disagree with you, Steve. I know you don't like the heat. I love the heat.
You do?
Oh, I love the heat.
Okay, well, then tomorrow we expect to see you with a couple of jackets on, maybe a sweater and
a scarf.
And scarf, yeah, and one of those winter ski beanies.
Yeah, possibly. I might get some chapstick out in case my lips crack.
There you go. Well, we don't expect it to be that dry, especially after the rain coming tonight. Anyhow, here is Gene Goldstein bringing the ball in off the back line, trying to send it over to Nick Manifold. Nick Manifold having to do a little work to get around Ujola, and he does, riding off Ujola. Wants to go to the near side, but has room to go to the offside. Going to take it behind Ujola. Now Manifold with a little neck shot down along the boards for Gene Goldstein. Gene Goldstein coming in, being ridden by Jack Whitman. Gene Goldstein, can he win the ride-off? No, Whitman's going to win the ride-off and break up that play. Louis Devillet next in line, told to leave it, met by Ujola. Ujola looking downfield, he's got nobody to hit to, but Robbie Bilbao backing him up. Robbie Bilbao avoiding the hook of Nick Manifold. Robbie Bilbao now sends a cut shot towards goal, but nobody there but Michel Dorniak. Michel Dorniak going to be coming in and marked by Louis Devillet. Michel Dorniak on a quick turn. Now, stand still, told to use it by the umpires. Better hit or run with it. And it looked like Louis Devillet had a little bit of an injury right here, so players are stopping.
No, it's a broken ball, Steve.
It's a broken ball.
It's a broken ball, yeah. So somebody clearly a little bit too much porridge for breakfast, hitting that ball in half. Now that, of course, is very rare that happens. It would happen on April 1st.
It is. And who hit it? Was that Michelle? Is that a foul, hitting the ball too hard?
Not in my book.
No? Okay. All right. Yeah, looks like they're going to bowl it in. So a whistle on the play to stop play and play the larger piece. Sometimes that ball breaks dead in half, so it's difficult to tell the larger piece and who wants to hit a broken ball anyhow. So here we go. A bowl in off of Francisco Ayala. Nick Manifold sending it up to Goldstein. Goldstein now on his own. Hits a nice shot down to Milo Dorniak. Milo flying down through there, winding up for a neck shot. Doesn't get all of it. Goldstein going to attempt the same shot, and what a neck shot by Goldstein. His second neck shot of the day, of the game, from a difficult angle, sending it right on through. Credit to Gene Goldstein and Cale Newman for getting in position to see that goal go through the go through the goal.
Yeah, great goal. But as I said, those are the kind of plays that Gene just loves to play. And even though Milo had a go at it, he tried to send it up under the neck. Goldstein there just getting out all his experience. Found himself in just the right place, and a cracking shot there from Goldstein. Ball's back in play, coming out the far side, and Goldstein will have another go at this. Goldstein now on a real roll here. We'll leave this one for Michel Dorignac, who will send it back up to Goldstein. Goldstein now, what's he going to do here? Well, the difficult ones he scores, and the easy one here, that looked like a much easier shot there. Maybe he was just still coming down from the that high of scoring that great goal just a few seconds ago. So could have been 2 in a row here for Dorignac. I beg your pardon, for Goldstein, after the pass came from Michel Dorignac. So 1 goal apiece in this 5th chukker, and we're down to 1 minute left to play. And of course the scoreline reads 6 apiece. Well, we've had 3 4s on the scoreboard. In the 4th chukker, of course, we had 3 5s on the scoreboard at the beginning of this chukker. Let's see if they will stay the way they are now. We will indeed have 3 6s on the scoreboard as Milo Dorignac will turn this one around deep in his own half. Has it taken off him? Here comes Ulloa. Ulloa once again into a shooting position. Whitman in front of goal. Jack Whitman will get the putter out. Goes through, and what a way to end that chukker. So Jack Whitman there getting his 2nd of this chukker and puts his team in the lead by 1 goal. So 7 goals to 6. It's all going to come down to the 6th and final chukker when they come back for Newport to not only get the equaliser, but maybe even score the winner. Make sure you stay with us for chukker number 6 coming right up.
There's something about when you get up early, prep the plane, and you take off, and you get that first light of day. And the air is crystal smooth. You can see forever. You have to have the right aircraft for the right flight with the right crew up front. Only NetJets can do this. The flight dissolves into the background. It should just be the here and now.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
Guess I got my swagger back.
Once again, a warm welcome back here. We're at beg your pardon, we're not at Grand Champions. We were at Grand Champions. We are now, of course, at Santa Rita Polo Farm. And we are just about to start chukker number 6 of the Top Pony 12 Gold 2021. We saw a great goal from Gene Goldstein just a few minutes ago, scoring that very, very great goal, putting his team right back into this game, making it 6 goals apiece. But then Jack Whitman, who already scored 1 goal earlier in that chukker, got his team back in front by 1 goal. So twice Jack Whitman there hitting the target, and they left the field 7 goals to 6. Here we go then. Newport only slightly on the back foot, looking to, of course, get the equaliser. But this young man, Toli Ulloa, on a run here now for Ellipse. Winning the throw-in. Has it taken off him by Dorignac. Dorignac will look up. Goldstein would like to have another run at goal. Bilbao will be sticking with him. They know of the capabilities here of this young man, Goldstein. There it lands. A little bit too far, too deep there for both. Oh, no, hang on. He's picked it up now. Manifold. Nick Manifold. Didn't expect to pick up that ball. Manifold will send it into the danger zone. There comes Dorignac. He's going to leave this one behind for Milo. Milo just avoiding the traffic there and avoiding the hook. And Milo will find a little gap. Nicely played there. Milo Dorignac getting his 2nd of the game. And there it is. 2 sevens on the scoreboard, Steve. 2 sevens, win the 6th chukker, and still a lot of time to play in this 6th and final chukker.
Yeah, Newport working that ball from the end line all the way down through. And Milo avoiding traffic, as you said, working the ball on through the goalpost. So we'll come back. Let's see if Ellipse can answer that goal. 7-up. The score is sponsored by Coca-Cola. Here we go.
Ball
Here
back.
it is. Bilbao takes the ball looking for 2 gray shirts down the field. However, Nick Manifold's back there, going to ride off Jack Whitman and take the offside tail shot. But it's deflected by a pony back up in front of Ujola. Ujola has the difficult task of turning the ball back towards the inside. Ujola trying to get by Michelle. Ujola broken up by Michelle. No, Ujola still has the ball. He'd like to do a little flip shot. Michelle clears that ball out and sends it downfield. Who's out front? None other than Goldstein.
Gene will run with this one, Goldstein, but he's got Devillet right with him, shoulder to shoulder. The 2 number 4s, Goldstein, a nice solid shot to goal. A 2-man horse race, slams on the brakes. Goldstein, can he finish what he started? Letting Devillet run over the ball. Composure. Oh, it went wide, very slightly wide. Came off a deflection there, so he's a little bit unlucky there, Goldstein, as once again, Bilbao will send it up. Finding Ulloa. Good solid touch. A little lofted shot over the top. Tolly Ulloa. In comes Whitman. If we have a dead ball, it'll be Michel Dorignac who'll pick this one up. Trying to lose Devillet. Oh, a little bit of a mistake there. Maybe he did that on purpose, as Mila will come in and pick this one up if he can. Whitman coming back to try and steal it off him. Again, Goldstein anticipating the pass. Here it comes. And another deflection. Unlucky. Bouncing pony here for Tolly Ulloa. Manifold. Got a piece down. Whitman will send it back over the halfway line. Who's there? Oh, well, that was a bit of rarity, Steve. I can't remember the last time we heard a whistle.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been such a clean game and a great sporting game as well by both teams. So we'll see what the umpires decide here. That one looked a little tough here. I'm not sure if Michelle came over after the shot or whether Tully rode into the back shot, but we could tell 100% it was uneven. So the umpires see Tully going over there and making a uneven write-off, so this is going to be a penalty 5A in favor of Newport, which Gene Goldstein will bring back in play.
On the far side then, a little bit too far. It's going to be picked up by Ujo again on that bouncing pony. We'll turn it. We'll have a little look up. Good marking up. As Ujoa will try and run this one himself. Nicely taken on the near side. Tolly Ujoa. Ujoa still with a lot of space here. Look at Whitman taking on the 6th goaler there. Again, that bouncing pony not making life easy there for Ujoa. Oh, he's also got a bit of a bouncing pony. As Milo Dorignac will regain possession. Has a little deflection there. Goldstein with a cut shot. Here he comes. Sends it up to Michel. Michel will pick it up just before it hits the sideboards. Goldstein wanting that ball back. Ulloa must clear a little bit of space here to allow Dorignac to send it. It's down the left-hand side of the field. Devillet coming in. Oh, he's been beaten. As Manifold with a clear run to goal. And Manifold, did he put that one wide? Well, it's ever since you started talking about April Fools.
Now the goal judge signaled it good, so we'll get a confirmation on that play. It looked wide from here, but the players are going to change, so I'm sure that the umpires will have a discussion with the goal judge. And actually, it looked like the goal judge went over and now the goal judge is waving it, low flag, and no goal. So we'll get a confirmation when the players come back, returning for a fresh set of legs on whether that was wide or a goal. But it looks like I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to say it was wide, Jan.
Okay. I'm going to buy that. I'll take that off you. I think you're right. I think it did look like it. Well, I mean, again, it's very difficult to tell sometimes. A polo field, 300 yards in length. We are slightly over the halfway side, so we've got a good 160, I would say, yards. Well, maybe even more at that angle, probably closer to 200 yards, I would say, to goal. So it's sometimes very difficult to tell. But of course, the goal judge, his job is to see whether or not the goal went through. But the mounted official can always overrule that decision.
Well, yeah, and actually, how it works is the timekeeper, the scorekeeper, the goal judges, and the third man, they all work for the umpires. And it's very difficult for a goal judge, depending on the angles. That goal judge has about a 60-yard pace back there where they move back and forth to get the angle on those difficult open shots and neck shots. So it's very easy to make a mistake back there. But the reason I said I'll put my money where my mouth is because when you were looking at me, I saw the goal judge put the ball down on the end line.
Well, it was out. I'm just being told, Steve, it was out.
I knew that 5 minutes ago, Jan. So here we go. We are going to have a knock-in when the players return in favor of Ellipse Polo.
So 3:13 left on the clock, 7 goals apiece. Well, we had this morning when we also had to wait for a final goal to be scored. It didn't come in regular play time, and it was over very, very quickly. So let's see if we're going to have a similar scenario here this afternoon. My money is on the fact that I think Newport, who've, like I say, been coming stronger and stronger into this game, are going to put the finishing touches onto this sixth and final chukker. 7 goals apiece then, exactly 3 minutes left on the clock to play. Newport still in possession. There is the open backhand coming from Dorignac. Milo, of course, sent back down the boards, looking for Bilbao. He's got Whitman there to lend a helping hand. He was caught slightly wrong-footed there because that ball had his name on it. Ulloa can't control it. The ball will go over the sideboards, and that, of course, it means a COP, change of possession.
Absolutely, a cop play going to go on right here. So Newport will bring the ball back in play with 2:25 on the clock. So let's see if Gene Goldstein can send this ball down for Newport to capitalize on that change of possession play.
Would be nice if Gene could score another one. He's been one of the strongest players out there, and scoring that great goal for me, that was goal of the game. That cut shot goal which Milo tried on the first attempt, and then Gene put it away. Here is that open backhand he was looking for Michel Dorignac, and Michel just beaten to it once again on the far side here. Ellipse on the break. Ulloa. Toli Ulloa just needs to get past one more player. Had a slight deflection here. It stopped about 10 yards over the halfway line. Dorignac will send it out to the right-hand side. There was nobody home. Instead, once again, it will be Ulloa. Ulloa will turn. We'll give it back to Bilbao. Bilbao will have a little look up. Who's at the front? It's all very much huddled here in centre field. There is the pass, and now Goldstein having to go back in defence, but he's got Louis Develay, trying to waiting for that unforced error. Still Goldstein. This, of course, all costing valuable time. We're down to a little over a minute left to play in chukker number 6. Nicely done here by Goldstein. Now then, can they steal it back? An inside backhand attempt there by Ulloa. Eventually it turns. He's looking for Bilbao. Cleared by Manifold. And Manifold finds Michel Dorignac. 45 seconds left on the clock. Out to the left-hand side. Looking for and finding Manifold. Been told to send it back and release it. This is all costing a lot of time. Eventually it'll be Milo Dorignac. 30 seconds left to play. Dorignac, it's still going that ball, but will it have enough power to go all the way? Bilbao will pick it up. Out of the jaws of the goal mouth. Still Bilbao. Looking over his shoulder. Bilbao, he's still got 8 seconds left. Looks at the scoreboard. Bilbao running it. He will leave it for Ulloa, but they're going to run out of time. And that is full time. 7 goals apiece at the end of full time. Well, they're shaking hands. We're just going to get verification. Well, we're just going to get verification, of course, to make sure that the players are not calling it a day a little bit too early. Steve Lane here. Yeah, that's what we thought. We need a result. That's exactly. Good call there, Steve. No score in that last chukker here for Eclipse. The equaliser coming there from Michel Dorignac. So 7 apiece at the end of full time. It's going to come down to a golden goal. 7th chukker. We had that this morning in the WPL. But they are still shaking hands. So we will throw this back to the studio and come back in just a few moments with an update on the state of play here at Santa Rita. Stay tuned. Welcome back, and apologies for the slight confusion. We had a little administrative mistake that was made, and I'm going to hand the microphone over to the chief umpire, Mr. Steve Lane, to explain how this little error occurred.
There was one goal that was counted that was not scored, and Newport graciously admitted that the goal was counted and should not have been counted. So therefore, we have a score of 7-6 in the final period of play, with Ellipse being the winner in the outcome of this game.
Well, thank you very much. I hope that explains everything. Thank you very much for having the patience and tuning in, of course, this afternoon. Great to have you with us. Remember, the action continues tomorrow. WPL action tomorrow at 11. And then the afternoon game has been brought forward to 2 p.m. So make sure you tune in tomorrow, 11 a.m. Florida time and 2 p.m. here on Chaka TV. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.